Greetings, everyone. This is Rock and Roll Spot coming at you with the weekly comic book roundup. We are almost through this week's DC Image Haul, so let's kick things off with Superman: The Last Days of Lex Luthor, #2. Finally, so I will be completely honest. I do not remember all of the details of Part One. It has been, I want to say, over a year since the first issue came out. But basics for where we left off. Lex Luthor's dying. Superman's trying to do what he can to save him because that's the kind of guy, that's the kind of person Superman is. He tried utilizing Phantom Zone. That didn't work. And so, we're going to move on to other alternatives. So the issue opens with Jimmy and Lois talking about why Superman's trying to save Lex Luthor. With Jimmy kind of saying, I mean, what if maybe Superman just didn't save him? But Lois says that Superman knows that it's not his choice to make if Lex dies. And she asks, if Superman gives in and snaps Luthor's neck, what are the Jokers? Then Deathstrokes. How about Putin? It's a long list. And so, next up on the attempt to save Lex Luthor tour is the 31st century and the Legion of Superheroes. So, Superman takes Lex to the 31st century, where the Legion is fighting the Fatal Five. It must be a Tuesday. Five are taken down, and Brainiac 5 attempts to with some help from Superman as well as Saturn Girl, attempts to at least diagnose Lex. We have a flashback to when Clark and Lex were kids, and apparently, young Lex had found a meteorite near the Kent farm, which is going green. While when Clark sees it, he begins to fall ill, and Lex is trying to initiate contact with extraterrestrials. Hopefully, a race that's smart like him. But the ship goes sideways. Lex's lab blows up. He loses his hair. But back with the Legion, they don't know what's wrong with Lex either. So, they return to the present and Paradise Island. in hopes of using the Amazon's purple rays. And at first, Wonder Woman is not receptive to Clark's request, but he makes a good point. And she asks why I say Lex, and he says, and Superman said, because he never lets them see him as a weapon. Clark, that is. All it takes to obliterate that trust that Superman has with the world is the sight of Superman willfully allowing one single mortal being to come to harm. Because then it becomes he passed judgment on them. Will he pass judgment on me as well? But she agrees to help Lex. Keeping in mind that no man sets foot on the Obscura. And Superman also tells Diana to not let Luthor out of his sight, or her sight, and check out silverware. But Clark goes to the planet, and while Diana and Lex talk, while the purple rays are going over him, and he's wrapped in the lasso of truth. And she explains though to Lex that Superman doesn't see Lex as inferior. If anything, he marvels at humanity's bravery. Humanity is Superman's hero. She's holding the lasso. She's got the lasso wrapped around her arm as well, so she's not lying. But doesn't work. And so they go to Tritonus and Atlantis, the home of Laura Lamaris and King Ronald. And they go to what's known as the Garden of Death. And they get one of the fruits necessary for this goes to the Garden of Death, and Lex eats it and doesn't agree with him. But a side effect of the fruit was that Lex sees how everyone else sees Superman. The man of honor and but and selflessness. And so Superman takes Lex every corner of the galaxy. Guardians of Oa, Ran, and the Adam Strange, the Spectre, Apocalypse and New Genesis, Vanguard, and even some planets I'm not entirely sure of the planet or the representative. Also the Dominators. No luck. And Clark reveals to Lex that he's Superman. And he was going to tell him that night that experiment, but well, he testified he failed his best friend. He was Lex was the victim of Clark's most monumental mistake. There's not a week that goes by that he doesn't regret it. But suddenly, Clark is got powers, and he asks Luthor what Luthor did, and it was a trap, but not Luthor's design. The design was Brainiac's, and that is where the issue ends. Hopefully, we won't have to wait as long for the remaining issues. I honestly do not remember how many there are supposed to be, but like I said, hopefully we don't have as long a wait for issue 3 as we had with issue 2. Moving on though to our last before the moment, we've got G.I. Joe number 5. Where we left off, most of the Joe team was prisoners of Cobra, with the exception of Clutch. And Cobra now had Dr. Manev and could make the brainwave bomb. So, the issue opens. With Risk, Baroness, and Duke being ushered into be tortured by Mercer. Mercer, after Duke and Destro talk, Mercer beats the crap out of Duke again. More, I should say. And decides he's going to try and see if maybe torturing Baroness will get some intel. And Duke, however, plays this in the hole. He assumes Clutch is nearby, and Clutch attacks in his tank. Causing a bit of chaos, all while Tower Commander and Dr. Manev are discussing the brainwave bomb. Dr. Manev points out that they're nearly done, but there's an element that Cobra Commander needs to know. If my math is correct, the radius of the brainwave bomb is currently 5 miles. Anyone within that will become a loyal subjects to Cobra, slaves to the cause. Which, Cobra Commander doesn't see a problem with that. But with it being powered by Energon, the power of the detonation will be so much that it will completely erase the mines. And Cobra Commander say a worthy sacrifice for our new world. Scrap Iron takes care of the hiss that is being piloted by Clutch. The Joes all reunite, and they say they're going to basically win this for rock and roll. They manage to escape. However, as with Destro in pursuit, Baroness says the Duke isn't there. So Duke's going to rescue Dr. Monev. And Cobra Commander intends to use the brainwave bomb to attack Washington, D.C. And decides that Dr. Monev is going to be the test subject. Destro tells Cobra Commander to vacate the base, to at least have Chameleon and Ripper vacate the base before more forces arrive. And then Cobra Commander is discovered by Duke, who simply asks who he is. Well, who the hell he is, I should say. And that is where the issue ends. Yeah, it is interesting that no one's met Cobra Commander from the Joes until now. But, anyways, that's it for now. As always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Links to my Facebook, Blue Sky, Instagram, Mastodon, Twitter, Patreon, and PayPal can be found in the description box down below. This is Rock and Roll Spock signing off saying, live long and rock hard.